Hello guys, it's Nisha here. Welcome to my Python tutorial. In this video, we will implement insert, remove and pop function in a list. This is continuation of list function which we dealt in my previous video. I have provided link in the description box. Now we will create a list L which contains 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now we want to insert a string 0 to the beginning of the list. We could do this in Python list as it can contain heterogeneous values unlike arrays in C, C++ or Java. So we use insert function. The syntax of insert function is list variable dot insert parenthesis index comma value. In the above instance, we say L dot insert 0 comma string 0. Here, the first argument 0 is the index value and the second argument string 0 is the value that should be inserted in the index which is provided as the first argument. Well, the next step to understand insert is to see whether it can take an iterable object as second argument. So, let us try providing a list to insert at position 0 of L. We say L dot insert 0 comma list of string 0 comma string 1. Now by printing L, we observe that the list is inserted at the beginning of L. We repeat the same procedure using tuple, dictionary and set, and we could see that insert works well with all of them. Except the fact that unlike extend, it won't take every single element from the iterable object and perform append. Instead, it would simply add the whole list, tuple, dictionary or set as an element to the list. So if we insert list to a list and if every element of a list is a list, it is a matrix. If there is a list within another list, it is a two-dimensional list or multi-dimensional list if it has nested lists about which we'll be discussing in our upcoming videos. Now let us talk about remove function, which will take only one argument and remove the first occurrence of the given element in the list. If the element is not present in the list, it would raise value error about which we will be discussing later. We will also learn to handle these exceptions. Syntax of remove is as follows: list variable dot remove parenthesis element which should be removed. Now to understand remove, we say L dot remove 2. We see that 2 doesn't belong to the list L anymore. Now again, the same question, whether remove can take an iterable object. As mentioned above, remove can take only single argument. So it could be one variable which is iterable. So we can remove the iterable object like list, dictionary, tuple or set. In the above instance, which we inserted using the insert function, we execute L.remove of 0, 1 string. As we mentioned above, it is considered as a single entity and is removed from the list now. Let us discuss the functionality of pop function, which takes in one argument at most, which specifies the index of the element that should be removed. Unlike in remove method, which takes in element that has to be removed. List variable dot pop parenthesis index is the syntax of pop function and the index is optional. When we do not provide any index, it removes the last element of the list. To understand this, we implement L.pop and we see that our last element 4 is removed from the list L. And now we provide index say 2 and see that the element 1 which was present at index 2 has disappeared after the pop operation. And pop cannot take any iterable object as input, which could be list or tuple of index values. But pop only takes one argument which should be an integer. So that's all about insert, remove and pop in Python list. In our next video, we would be discussing about clear, index and count methods of Python list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys on my next video. Thank you.